Hello, hello, it's probably Sharon. Welcome back to my channel. We are on idea number 6. We're doing fabric tags. So let's dive in. Okay, this is something I don't have in my ideas journal yet. I've been working on a journal and was making some of these, and I thought, hey, I might as well turn on the camera and film this while I'm at it. So what I've got here is just it's just like cereal box thickness. It's off of some, obviously, baked beans. And then I have a little piece of cotton fabric. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this into a tag shape. I don't know where my little template is, so I'll do it this way. Are you guys having a good holiday weekend? Everybody went camping and I stayed home so I could work on my crafts, so I'm sure they're having a blast. I think it's a little bit muddy where they are, but they should have lots of fun stories to tell. Okay, so I'm gonna back this because obviously this side we have some tearing from when we opened the box, and this side we have print. So I'm going to cover this with, it's just some coffee dye paper. Let's see if I can see through that. I don't see anything, so I think that'll be okay. So just going to get some Fabri-Tac. And I'm not going to go all the way to the edges because we are going to be sewing around the edge of this. So I'm just putting it, you know, just kind of around the outside, but not all the way to the edge because I don't want to run my needle through the glue. So I'll just put that down. Sorry, I'm just trying to line it up with the bottom. The less I have to cut around, the better. All right, so I'm just going to quickly cut around the edge of this. Yeah, I'm working on a few little fall journals. Well, one's little, the other ones are big, but they are coming along pretty good. I'm really happy with them so far, so hopefully I'll be able to do a flip through soon, show you guys what I've been working on. Okay, so now we have this. This is going to be the back of the tag, and you know, you can write on it or whatever. Then on this side, I'm going to put the fabric. So let's see. I don't know if it's going to be very easy to pick out what part we want. I kind of like the butterflies here. This fabric is pretty enough. I might not even have to embellish it much when we're done. Sometimes the fabric is just pretty on its own. Okay. So I'm going to turn this around. I probably should have ironed that, but we'll see how it goes. This is going in my ideas journal, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so I'm getting the Fabri-Tac again, and I'm going to put it on just like I did on the other side, except I'm going to try to do it as thin as possible. So I'm just kind of smashing it right down. I don't know if you can see that. And just kind of skidding it right along. So it's just the thinnest little, you know, it's not like a bead. It's just kind of really smashed down. And if you do have a bead, just try to smooth that out with a brush or something. Okay, and then I'm going to put it right down. I'm just going to tug that a little bit. So hopefully we don't get that wrinkle in there. Okay, and now we are going to go to the sewing machine, if you can believe it. I hope it goes okay. hopefully we're going to the sewing machine. We'll see how this goes. Might not be as much light as I have right here, but we'll see. Okay, so here is my sewing machine. I don't know the model number, but I'll put a link for it below. It's more than you need for junk journaling. I bought this to do sewing, so it's a really nice one, but it's overkill if you're just using it for junk journals. But I'll put the link for it below anyway. Okay, let's see how this goes. I can't see what you're seeing right now, so hopefully everything is in focus. Fingers crossed. Okay, so here's our piece, and I'm turning it upside down, so I'm going to be sewing on the part that we're writing on, so the back of the tag. And I have the stitch length set at 2.8, and I'm just doing a straight stitch. And I'm using an end table right now, so I can't use my foot pedal because it's just awkward. Yeah, I just had to set it up where I could for the moment. So it is on an end table and it's very low. So I'm just going to use the start and stop that's on the machine. Back stitch a little bit, and it actually has a little catch up there that you can snag your threads and it will cut your threads. I mean, I know this isn't about the sewing machine, but it also has a thing that will tie a knot and cut the thread for you. But when I use that, I always have to rethread it because it cuts it too short and then the thread pulls out. So let's go back to the table. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So of course I need to trim off the edges. We didn't get any little puckers. Sorry, I said pucker. Puff. I hope I didn't mumble through that, or it could have sounded really bad. I don't want you tuning away or making the children leave the room. Sharon's at it again. She's swearing up a storm. Okay, so I got my fabric scissors. I remembered to grab them. And I'm just going to cut around the outside. If you want to leave a little bit of a space, then that gives you, room to fray the fabric if that's a look that you want. So I am leaving a tiny, tiny margin just in case I wanted to do it a little bit of fraying, but I don't know if I will or not. I'll have the option if I want to. How about that? Oh, I got really close there. It's hard to cut this far away from my face. I want you to see what I'm doing, but then it makes it so I can't really see what I'm doing, so. Oh, it got really close there too. It's going to be some wonky cutting. Look at that. That's terrible. Okay, maybe I should have just went along. All right, I'll trim that. I cut one of the threads, so now I only have one. We don't want one rogue thread just hanging out there. Okay, that looks really cute. I mean, the fabric is cute on its own, so I don't really think we need to do a lot of embellishing. I am going to ink the edges a little bit of the fabric just to, make it pop a little bit more. And I got this fabric at Walmart. If you're wondering, that's where it came from. It's kind of weird now. They don't have like the big bolts of fabric anymore. They just have everything pre-cut. It's kind of weird, but I guess that's how they're doing it now. So yeah, this is super cute. Let's put something here on the top. All right, we got a gold eyelet. I'm just gonna get my little hole punch. I don't have a crocodile, so I'm doing it the old school way. But I have heard some people say that they prefer this way, that it works better. The that's hard to say. Crocodile is sometimes a little finicky. So I don't know. I've always said I wanted to get one, but I don't know. After I heard that, I'm like, well, maybe I'll just keep doing it this way. So I will put a link for these. It's a little set. I think it comes with like 800 eyelets. Or is it 800 or 200? I don't remember. But it comes with quite a few eyelets. And then the tulle. And it's pretty easy. Doesn't take up a lot of space. So you just put this little part, with it looks like a cone. Put that inside of the bottom of the eyelet. And then just squeeze. And that's that. Pretty easy. Okay, I've just grabbed a couple pieces of that cheesecloth, the table runner stuff I've talked about in the last few videos. I'll put a link for it below. I thought it would be fun, since there's blue and green, to use two colors. So we'll see how that works. I'm just going to tie a knot at the top. Kind of a big knot, but that's okay. Now we can take this cheesecloth and just pull it and mess it all up, make it all wonky and distressed looking. I love this stuff. Yep, I will definitely put a link for these below. It's like so, it's so cheap. And they give you so much of it. I mean, to do stuff like this with it, you'll have it forever. So I'm slowly acquiring all the colors. And it's really, really been fun. Look at that. Look at that mess. Looks distressed. Yeah, let's put a little dangle on there too. Let's jazz it up. I saw that this was on sale for just a few dollars. It's one of those belly dancer scarf things you put around your waist. Well, not around my waist, but you know what I mean. And it has all of these cool charm things. And so I bought it so that I could use these little charm things. Because it was just a few dollars. And you get a whole bunch. I don't know how that's going to look. I'll put a link for this below too. Why not? Okay. Just going to get a bulb pen. They're hard to pick up. And just put that through. What do you think? You can't even see the eyelet. I probably could have just put a paper one. You can't even see it, but I think that looks really awesome. So let's put it in our book now. I want to show you how I'm going to put this in because, you know, with it being fabric, it might be a little difficult to put in and out of a pocket. So I have an idea. All right, here is the ideas journal. And I found a page that's a little bit heavier. It's not cardstock, but it's not printer paper either. So this is similar to my last video, actually. I'm gonna take a piece of this fabric that was left over from our tag, some threads. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hinge it so you'll be able to flip it open like this. Won't that be so cute? Then we don't have to worry about trying to get it into a pocket. So I'm just going to get my glue. Stay down. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think. So I'm going to glue it here, and then it's going to have to fold over and go to the back of the tag like that. So maybe it would be easier to start on the tag itself. So I'm just going to get the fabric tack. I'm putting the fabric piece here so I know how long of a little glue bead I need to put there. And I'm going to try to put it right along the edge. Close, close, close to the edge. That will help it open and close better if it's, you know, closer to the edge. Okay, then glue there. Okay, I need a third hand. I won't get out the tiny hand, I promise. It's tempting though. We all need a good giggle. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. Put it there so I know how big the piece of fabric is, and I'm going to glue close to the edge of the page. Here we go. Well, I can't see. See. I hope that is even. Yeah, just gonna have to let it dry, but I think that will be pretty good. I wanted to show you, I mean, I've been making these for a while today. I wanted to show you one that I'm making for one of the fall or autumn journals. Okay, I'm just going to set this aside, but this is what it looks like. So we'll just get to that page and be like, oh, cool. A little flip out. And get a hold of it. Just like that. And you could put a little pocket or something there too to put more stuff in, or you could just use it for a writing card. Pretty fun. Okay, let me set this aside somewhere. All right, so I made this big one for the autumn journal I'm working on right now. It's huge. It's like, I think it's 8 inches tall and 5 inches wide. But yeah, this is going to be really cool when I'm done. I haven't decorated it, obviously, but I have, like, I think I'm going to put some of this on. And then I was going to pick out one of my fall words off of this sheet. I have a digital. I'll put the link for it below. I mean, this is only one of the pages, but I was going to put, you know, one of those words, maybe some other fabric, maybe some burlap, you know, and then a cute little tie on top. But you'll be seeing that when I do my flip through of the autumn journal. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. This is kind of spur of the moment. No real planning went into this, obviously. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you when I create my next video. Bye, guys.